Hello everyone. So today we are going to start the revision on the magnetic effect of electric current. So under that, first we are going to revise what are the concepts that come under the magnetic effect of electric current. So magnetic effect of electric current means we are going to consider magnet. In that magnet, based on that how the inside the magnet electricity can be produced. So here there are two poles of magnet. You know the magnet, if you have considered, one is north pole, another one is south pole. So and also the property of magnet, you know, that is like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. For that means if I take another one bar magnet near to it, that is the north one and this is the south one. These two are like poles. If they have came here, that will be repelling each other. If for instance, if I keep the south pole here and the north pole here, they will attract each other. That is the property of a bar magnet. So now based on that, there is one scientist called Oersted, a Danish physicist, first noticed the magnetic effect of electric current. So he was the first scientist to notice that there is a, when the magnet is came near to the electric current, then that will be, there is a change in that. According to him, a needle is kept near the wire. That means near to that wire, a needle, compass or a needle has kept here. The current will deflect due to the magnetic field produced in it. Due to the magnetic field produced in it, there will be deflection showing on that. Deflection showing means there is a presence of magnetic field in a current carrying conductor. Any change in the direction of current will show the variation in the deflection. So if there is a showing of deflection means inside that coil the current is passing, means there is a production of magnetic field in that. Okay. Magnet is any substance that attracts iron or iron-like substances. That is which have the magnetic properties, that all properties, substances will be attracted by the magnet. And very important properties of a magnet. Every magnet has two poles. One is north pole, another one is south pole. So another one very important, like poles repel each other, unlike poles attract each other. The freely suspended bar magnet align itself in north-south direction with its north pole towards the south direction. Okay. So next is, what are magnetic substances? So the substances which are attracted by magnet are called the magnetic substances. Example, iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, anything you can give. The substances which are not attracted by the magnet are called non-magnetic substances. Non-magnetic substances, example, glass, wood, copper, aluminium, paper, all these things are the non-magnetic substances. So next is magnetic field. That means whenever you are considering about the magnet, any bar magnet if you have considered, in that bar magnet, the area around that magnet. So whenever if this is the magnet means whenever the object, for example, I'll keep the iron nail here. So when the iron nail has come to the magnetic field, that means area around the magnet in which the magnetic force can be experienced. Magnetic force is nothing but here it is the attractive force. So whenever the iron nail, if it is very far away means you can't able to get the magnetic force, or you are not able to experience the magnetic field there. If that iron nail has came near to it, that means came near to its area, that is that magnetic field, in that cases it will experience a magnetic force. So that is called the magnetic field. The unit, SI unit of magnetic field is Tesla. Magnetic field has both magnitude and direction. So if it is having both magnitude and direction means you are going to say it as a vector quantity. Magnetic field can be described with the help of magnetic compass. So magnetic compass will be there, same like north and south pole will, north, south, east, west, all directions compass will be there. With the help of that we can able to describe the magnetic field. The needle of the magnetic compass is freely suspended bar magnet. It is freely suspended. At what direction it can move it. Now the very important is, what are the characteristics of magnetic field lines? So if we are saying a bar magnet and a magnetic field lines will be there around the bar magnet, means if there is a magnetic field lines will be there around the bar magnet, if we are seeing, then there is a characteristics are there for that magnetic field lines. So under that, first one is magnetic field lines arises from north and into south pole of the magnet. So that means outside the bar magnet, magnetic field lines will come from north and emerges at the out. That means it starts from north and end up at the south. And inside the bar magnet, the magnetic field lines will move from south to north direction. And magnetic field lines are closed curves, isn't it? See, you can see that from north to south, outside it, from south to north, inside it. So it makes the complete curve. Field lines are closer and stronger magnetic field. So when it is at the poles, that means when it is at the closest to the closer, field lines are closer. In that cases, there will be a strong magnetic field. Field lines never intersect each other. As for two lines intersect, there must be a two-directional point, which is not possible. That means many magnetic field lines will be there. They won't interact with each other because each and every magnetic field line will represent the direction of the force here. So if they interact means we can't able to, there will be two directions at a point. That is why they won't be interacting with each other. Direction of magnetic field inside the magnet is from south to north. So that is from south to north here. The relative strength of the magnetic field is shown by the degree of closeness of field lines. So how the degree of closeness means how close they are, the magnetic field lines, that represents the strength of the magnetic field. So next very important concept, that is right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule, or it is also called as Maxwell thumb rule. So imagine that you are holding a current carrying straight conductor. So this is a straight conductor if you have considered. So in your right hand thumb you have to consider thumb pointing towards the direction of the current. Then the finger which is wrapping will shows the around the conductor will gives the direction of magnetic field. So you can able to see this is the direction of the magnetic field here. So this thumb represents the direction of current and the fingers which wrap them, that is representing the direction of the magnetic field. So now magnetic field due to current through a straight conductor. So we have known this right hand thumb rule. Based on that, how we are going to say magnetic field lines will be there in a current carrying straight conductor. Only straight conductor we are considering. So it can be represented by concentric circles at every point of the conductor. So these are the magnetic field lines will be there. These magnetic field lines will make a concentric circle. Concentric circle means continuous like this circles. The direction can be given by right hand thumb rule, or maybe you can keep the compass to know the direction of the magnetic field. Circles are closer near to the conductor. So if it is this one, this is a conductor, straight conductor, near to that the circles will all closer to that. Magnetic field is directly proportional to strength of the current. Very important. How much current, what is the strength of the current, based on that the magnetic field lines will be depending upon, because they are all directly proportional to each other. Next is magnetic field is inversely proportional to distance from the conductor. So if it is closer to that conductor, so if it is a straight conductor, if you have considered, if the magnetic field lines are closer to conductor, then there will be more strength will be there. If we go further and further, the strength of the magnetic field lines will goes on decreasing, because distance is increased. If the distance of the conductor is increasing, then the magnetic field lines will also goes on decreasing. Now that straight conductor we are going to bend like a circular loop here. So now the straight conductor, it has bent in a circular loop. So now if we bend and we have passed an electricity to that, in that cases what are the things will come? It can be represented by concentric circle at every point. So that means this is one point we'll consider and this is another one point we'll consider. At every point there will be a concentric circles. Circle become larger and larger if we move away. So if we move away from that, there will be a larger circle. Every point on the wire carrying current would give rise to magnetic field appearing as a strength at the center of the loop. So when you are considering at the loop means the center will be having strong magnetic field compared to that as we go on with the other circles. The direction of magnetic field inside the loop is same. The direction inside that loop, all the loop, it is the same itself, but when it is closer to that conductor, it will be having more. When it is go far away from that, the magnetic field lines will be less here. Now, next, factors affecting magnetic field of a circular current carrying conductor. So what are the factors which depends upon the circular current carrying conductor? Magnetic field is directly proportional to current passing on it. That is the main important thing. And magnetic field lines is inversely proportional to distance from the conductor. If we go on increasing the distance, then if there is distance is more, magnetic field lines will be, the strength of the magnetic field will be less. And another one important thing, magnetic field is directly proportional to the number of turns of the coil. So number of turns of the coil means here they are saying about the solenoid here. So solenoid, you know, it is a number of, that is a circular loop which is in the form of cylindrical shape. So if there is more number of turns are there, if more turns means more magnetic field will be produced inside the coil. So that is, magnetic field is additive in nature. That is, magnetic field in one loop adds up to magnetic field in another loop. This is because current in each circular has same direction. Next concept comes the solenoid. A coil of number of turns, large number of turns closely wound on a hollow cylinder of isolated insulated material, or otherwise it is called a solenoid. That means number of coils, number of turns of coil which is in the shape of cylinder, all call it as the solenoid. The end of the solenoid having clockwise current will act as south pole enters, while the other end which is having anti-clockwise current will act as north pole comes out. That is, solenoid acts as a normal magnet. So that means if you consider a solenoid and this is the electricity is passing to that solenoid, means whenever the electricity is passing, that is clockwise direction, this direction shows the south pole and the current which is going out represents the north pole, or it is clockwise shows the south pole, anti-clockwise shows the north pole here, which shows that solenoid behaves as a temporary magnet, or it is saying about the normal magnet. So now what is this solenoid and as well as magnet means? Solenoid we are going to say it is a temporary magnet, and the bar magnet will be the permanent magnets. So what are permanent magnets? They are made up of carbon sheet, chromium sheet, tungsten and some alloys, and when a material is placed inside a current carrying current, it will be magnetized. A bunch of nails or iron, when it placed near to that, they will be magnified by the current allowed to pass through them. Such magnets are called as electromagnets. So that means this solenoid, whenever you are considering about the iron or any material, if you consider, when we wrap that material with this solenoid or with this coil, means in that cases there is a production of magnetic field lines. When electricity is passed, there is a production of magnetic field lines. It behaves as a electromagnet. Electromagnet is nothing but where you are going to say it is a temporary magnet. So next is Fleming's left hand rule. What does the Fleming's left hand rule says means? Stretch the thumb finger, forefinger and middle finger on your right hand such that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. So you have to stretch your thumb and the forefinger and the middle finger in such a way that they are perpendicular to each other. If forefinger points the direction of the magnetic field, that is the force, this finger will represent the direction of magnetic field. This finger, that is middle finger, represent the direction of current, and thumb represent the direction of force. Okay, that you can say this is the direction of force, this is the direction of field, and this is the direction of the current. Next is electric motor. Electric motor means it's a device which is used to convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. It works on the principle of force experienced by current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. That means it works on the principle of Fleming's left hand rule. Now based on that, Faraday has done certain laws. That means Faraday laws of electromagnetic induction. So if any current carrying conductor is placed in with the when a magnet is came near to that current carrying conductor, or we can say that when there will be an inducing of current takes place. The rate at which magnetic flux linked with the coil changes, there is a production of induced EMF or current, that is, or the vice versa will takes place. So this Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction means when there is a change in magnetic flux linked with the coil, then there is a production of current takes place.